Boys are repping Ricky's merch in this episode of the MacPack Podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know how it is, boys.
The cleanest. Alright, very exciting times indeed. We have Triple J's
Number
hot
one.
new talent, Mr. Wesley Black, joining us in the studio for episode 51.
Episode 51 of the MacPack Podcast.
Yeah.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna, and to my far left this week, in order of the best reception, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
Jakey boy, I'm feeling great. Just got my first COVID jab and download speeds are through the roof.
And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
Feeling good tonight, boys. I'm dripping out in Wesley Black's merch.
Fresh threads. And to my closest left, possibly one of the greatest to have ever come from the Corpus Christi alumni. He is definitely the most fun person at the Movie Complex Theatre in Booragoon. And he is by far Triple J's hottest young talent. It is Mr. Wesley Black. Wesley, how are you?
I'm feeling amazing. Thank you so much for having me and hyping me up so much.
Boys, we have so much to get through on this week's episode of the podcast, but we don't have time to chat about it now. Let's get into it. Boys and boys,
Brother Mingo.
how are we, legends?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm half immune to the deadly virus.
That's good.
That's right. Soon I'll be able to lick whatever I want when I go out.
You get to what? Lick everyone?
Handrails, poles. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
No one's stopping you.
Ricky, have you had your
got
jab?
the jab?
Not yet. Not yet.
No, don't worry. You're in fine company over
Jake's
the
a
side
bit
of the
of an
table. I'm
anti-vax.
not. I'm not. That's not true.
Hey,
That's not
you
true.
and me both, brother.
Oh
I'm kidding, by the
no.
way.
Hot takes. Hot takes. Oh boy. So how are you feeling? Any ramifications after the jab? You
Yeah.
only had it like a matter of hours ago.
Yeah, do it.
This could be the last episode you ever do if
Yeah.
shit goes terribly.
Ricky's going to be sitting here a lot longer.
I appreciate that.
No, I feel fine. So apparently, on the second dose, that's when you can
You get a bit
few
crook.
symptoms.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, feeling fine now.
That's good because we got
Yeah.
training session tomorrow to go to.
Yeah, no.
I don't want you flaking. You flaked heaps last week, so I don't want you flaking
Got
this
work
week.
tomorrow. I might wake up with a few side effects. You never know.
Heard it here first. Heard it here first.
This guy.
And Junior Boy, there's a bit of news that came. So obviously, what was it?
Yes.
Maybe 2-3 weeks ago, we mentioned the fact that there are a few dogs in your uni tube.
Yes.
When we walked in tonight, you made mention to the fact
I've got
that
an update. Wait.
there might
Shh, don't
not-
spoil the story,
might not be the
champion.
case.
Don't spoil the story. So
Run us through it.
I walked into the class and one of the old blokes was like, "Oh, you have a podcast?"
Yep. Another
What do you mean
shout
by-
out.
what do you mean by old boy?
Like he was like 50 odd.
Oh,
Teacher
what?
or
No, like one of my mates.
Oh, beast.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, Gavin.
Cool.
Shout out to Gav.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gavin.
legend. He was like, "Oh, like how do I listen to
Does
it?"
he work and go to uni, or is he just flat sticking it?
I think it's just uni at the moment. I think
Nice.
yeah. Anyway.
Commitment to the cause, Gav.
And yeah, he was like, "How do I listen to it?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, this Spotify and stuff." I was like, "I've actually talked about this class a little bit on the podcast before." He's like, "What about?" I was like, "Oh, the dogs." And then he laughed, and I was like, have you ever thought about like where did the dogs go? Because they haven't rocked up since that first class.
Yeah.
And he told me that teacher like actually got like in serious trouble about it.
For bringing the dogs in.
Yeah, now the dogs aren't allowed to come to class anymore. They have to
Because-
stay at home. No, I don't think it's because of me. but I
Because
don't know.
like realistically, no one really would have known about
Well,
the
no one told her off for like a full year, or like a full.
because no one had a podcast that ran it around. I think that might be
Riley, how do you sleep at night?
They
These
had
poor
the,
dogs are just
the
like
uni
at
put
home.
the dogs in
the
there.
no.
But yeah, a little update on the dogs. So
Yeah.
So
it's
no more doggies.
It's good though, because I can concentrate a little bit more. Less vom on the floor as well.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's such a weird like alternative reality to have dogs roaming around. Like uni's hard enough at the best of times. You don't need like canines just pissing on your leg as you're trying to learn
It's not right.
algebra.
You probably might have had this teacher actually, Rick, because Ricky also studied screen.
Okay, I haven't met these infamous dogs, though. And I don't think I ever will now. So, but I don't know
yeah.
who the teacher is. But yeah, I haven't actually heard personally about them.
I won't
so.
out her on the podcast.
Yes, of course.
Not again.
Yeah, you've done enough damage, man.
Poor girl.
And we went to the footy on what was that Friday night?
Yes, the prelim.
So
the D's are in.
How good was the atmosphere at that game? Was second
finals footy in Perth.
to none. So we went to the prelim final when the Pies were in it in Melbourne against GWS 2 years ago.
Yep.
That was great fun.
Good times.
It pissed down the entire time we were there. Do you remember that, Joey?
Yeah.
I remember
I remember me running
to get us ponchos.
Yeah, because we were like, oh, it didn't look like it was going to
It was a
rain.
night. It was a hot. It truly is like Melbourne is often called like the city with four seasons.
in one day.
We left the hotel room and it's like a half-hour walk. We walked across the bridge. We left. I was wearing a short sleeve shirt and jeans. I was like, man, I'm hot. Like walking across. We get into the building. We sit down in our seats and it starts to fucking piss down. And you ran and went and got some ponchos.
Yeah, they were going hot. Like they were basically just like dishing them
Payday
out.
on the ponchos.
Couldn't make them quick enough. But the atmosphere at that game was sick. There was like 90,000 at that. But the atmosphere at the it was 59,000 at Optus Stadium on Friday night. And
That's
the
the
atmosphere, it's the biggest that I've ever seen at Optus, period. And the atmosphere could not have been any better.
There you go.
We had a dude doing the the Mexican wave.
Mexican wave, yeah.
Oh, that was sick.
He was one block across from us. He was sitting in the front row with us, and we watched him. Like he gave it probably 3 proper attempts.
Tries.
And on the 4th one, he was like yelling at the block. He was yelling at all the Melbourne members down in like their pocket. Like, let's do it. Come on, we're doing it seriously. We want to do the Mexican wave. Let's go, boys. And then everyone was like, all right, commitment to the cause. It was the 4th quarter. The game was well and truly done, but there was still so many people there watching.
Yeah.
And because everyone didn't really have a team, like everyone was like, yeah, go the D's, but they weren't like too
They
stern
weren't
on it. It was just like,
die-hard,
we're just here for the entertainment. And he went up again and fucking everyone, like so many people joined him. And it went
all over
around
TikTok.
It went around half the stadium. And then like we were on the first tier.
Yeah.
The first tier was doing it. Then the third tier started doing it. And by the time it came full circle, the whole
Everyone
stadium,
was doing it.
all 3 tiers, 1, 3, and 5
All
were doing the
60,000
wave.
just doing it.
60,000 people doing the fucking wave. And
so
it travelled and travelled and travelled and travelled. I went home and watched the last quarter broadcast. They talked about the wave. They visualized, like the game is happening and the wave is
Just
going
filming
on.
that.
I didn't realize at one point there was actually a score review while the wave was going on, and no one fucking knew that the score review was going on. The players on the stadium, on the ground, were pointing at the wave while the review was happening, and they were watching the wave go around.
Yeah.
It was one of the greatest things I have
Finals footy needs to be
ever
in Perth.
seen.
Persistence is key,
the
clearly.
It was so good. And there was even a police guard who was sitting next to us because they're on the aisles in row 1, and he's watching this wave go around.
Did
and
he give it a bit
I
of-
swear to God, he went up. He went up with the
He's
masses.
Like, his gun in his hand.
Pew, pew, pew. Not quite the vibe, but no, it was absolutely unreal. And I've managed to predict the finals matchup. I think it was like 3-4 weeks ago on the podcast.
Dogs
I
and
said
D's.
Dogs D's gonna get it done. I
'Cause me
also
and Joe
said
D's GWS,
yeah,
which wasn't possible.
didn't. Yeah, and we
And am I correct to assume you think the D's are going to take it home?
spot on. Yeah,
Yeah.
D's will get home, and I'll give you another hot take now. Christian Petrarca will win the Norm Smith medal.
There you go.
So Jake Stradamus has already hit the nail on the head with the Perth
Yeah,
Perth prediction.
Perth prediction, the grand final prediction. Petrarca will
Bang,
get
bang.
it. Petrarca will get it done as well.
There you go.
Mark my words. Boys, we're stoked to be joined by Mr. Wesley Black in the studio for episode 51.
Ricky.
Oh, the MacPack podcast. As we've done every guest that we've had on the MacPack podcast is we want to know, like, basically some of the stories about the first time that we met them and some of the stories about when they met us for the first time. So,
Yeah.
Joe, you got the first one. You're probably the closest with Slick.
Also, Ricky.
Yes.
Just this red button here. Hit it whenever you want, mate. That's the air horn.
Oh, okay. I'm quite familiar with that sound. Wait, do I have to like triple tap it?
No,
Try
just
now.
Just a one tap.
Oh, very nice.
Power to the people.
Yeah, so we met in 2011.
Correct.
Back in year 7.
Yep,
old
down at
days.
the old Corpus hole.
Christi College. Yeah, the Corp hole. And my first impression with you, I don't know if we had any actual classes together.
No.
And then my first impression of you was you were very well known for doing the worm.
Oh, the old worm. Yes.
And it was one of the, like, obviously everyone's seen someone do a worm, but I've never seen someone attack it with as much, like,
Gusto.
yeah, with, like, as ferocious as you go. And it's like, yeah, borderline, like, spasm on the ground. Just, like, flicking your hands up and your legs up, like,
It's,
so high. Like, the like, peaks of the worm are higher than they should be.
I appreciate that. I definitely it's definitely a strange looking one. I did test it the other maybe the other month or so because
recently.
Yeah, well, because I hadn't done it in like years or something, and we were down at a rehearsal studio just practicing for a gig with me and 2 other friends, and he was like, "Man, I was so wish." Oh, he was like about to hit the worm or something like that, and I was like, "Oh, actually, let me see if I still got the old girl in me." And sure enough, yeah, it's definitely a reason why I think in year 7 actually I found out I had scoliosis and
Actually?
yeah, and then
what's scoliosis?
it's like your spine kind of curves into like a little S shape. And after he told me that, I was like, yeah.
We're retiring the worm. We're retiring the worm.
Everything's starting to align now. So
Except my back.
yeah.
As a result of the scoliosis.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Luke at Winthrop Chiropractic.
The boy.
who single-handedly retired the worm on that day.
yeah.
My first memory of Ricky
Oh.
is when I can't remember. I must have been year 7 now. So Joe was in year 10 or 11? 10.
11.
Yeah.
Play on.
Yep. And Joe was like, "There's this kid in my year, and he's a rapper." And I was like, "No, like, tell me more. He was like, "I won't tell you. I'll show you." And it was just like video shot on like an iPhone fourth generation of you standing on the Corpus Oval next to those.
The shed.
Remember those shipping containers that used to be there?
Oh.
This was
Sounds like he does, yeah.
This was back under
I don't
old
remember
Alien.
actually. No.
And you were freestyling.
I don't think so. I think there was a tiny I think from memory there might have been a tiny freestyle part in there, but I think there was literally no concept of musicality in there, and it was just me, no beat, no mixing or whatever, straight iPhone footage for
Words.
audio and visual, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that was my first memory.
I reckon mine must have been because I didn't really know. I knew you as the kid who rapped, the rapping kid in your year. I feel like that's how a lot of people at Corpus.
Oh, you knew my sister as well.
Yeah,
quite well in
I
my
went to
year.
school with Monica, so
Yep.
I knew her, but I knew you as like your own entity as the rapping kid in Josie. Like you were the kid
Oh,
Yeah,
that
'cause
Oh,
had the rap.
It's a
talent.
cool title to have. Not many people have like
Yeah.
Ricky the rapper.
Look, it can be. It's not mutually exclusive, I guess.
And then Joe was like, because you weren't.
Nah.
You weren't at the Unnamed Cinema Complex.
No, I
Raccoon,
wasn't.
weren't you?
So Ricky started.
1 year before, because you were 20. You were into
Yeah.
2015. I was into 2014.
Yeah.
So I think you had told me that he was getting a gig there, and I was like, I'm not really, and I was like, oh, that's Monica's brother, and then went on to be like, oh, that's the guy who raps and does that worm. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that much was true. But I didn't really have anything to do with it. But you were definitely like the most wholesome person that has ever arrived. I've never like a sponge. Like he was just full of optimism. And I hadn't been there like that long. And I was like, yeah, it's like a pretty cruisy gig. Like we do what we want. And he was just like wide beyond like the statement wide eyes could not have been more true. The bloke walked in there just like, oh. I was like, oh my god.
I loved
he loves
it
this
from-
place.
Yeah, I loved it from day one there. And I was definitely like super scared about like making friends and stuff because I was like looking up to like all these guys and I was like, man, you guys are so cool and stuff. And you guys are talking about like dates and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I feel a little bit behind and stuff. But it was just like, it was such a good like experience and stuff. Like just getting to talk to like people and just like.
How many worms do you have to show the girl before she takes you on a date? I'm up to 3. Should I go again? Double down?
Yeah, it hasn't worked yet.
Try
But,
showing her a different worm.
Yeah. That's not a way I would describe it. I don't think that's a very good selling point. But yeah, very, very lots of good memories had it down at Burragoon.
Yeah.
If I can say that.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was always a good time. It was always
Yes,
a good time.
great, yeah.
And you're still down at Burragoon.
Correct.
What number year is this?
It's going to be 7 at the
Oh,
end.
that's
of-
big.
How
Yeah.
many do you have, Jake?
Sweet. I finished with 8. Yeah, I fully
shit.
finished with 8. Yeah, I think
I'm
8 and 2.
I'm coming for the title.
8 and 2 months. Are you gonna? Do you reckon you'll stick it out for that long?
Oh, I don't know. I think. I think
It's just not
I think
how
I've got a little bit of. I think she's the boss. The boss is quite strict on time availability. But I
Okay.
think I've got.
You're a busy man.
I've got a bit of leeway. That I was thinking if I get a full-time job, she might not allow it. But I've got a bit of leeway
I
because
did a full-time job for 2 years
Okay.
and was able to sort of.
Yeah, but you were already
Massage
doing
my
it
way.
before.
Oh yeah,
this
true.
person was in charge.
true.
But I think I got a leeway because I got a certain qualification that they have to get someone else to do. So it might be a bit of money saving to keep me. You know?
Worm specialist, I mean.
No, could be.
We had some fans write in.
Yeah,
Fans
we
of the
did.
show write in.
We did. We do have a handful of questions. Some are related because you're obviously a man of many talents. So we obviously have the high school
Yes.
relationship with you. We have the unnamed cinema complex of Lagoon relationship with
Yes.
you. And then you've obviously grown one step further from your young juvenile worming ways to now being one of Perth's probably,
Oh yeah.
what would you call him? He's a pioneer of the rap scene in
Oh,
Perth
yeah.
at the moment.
Everyone knows about him.
Yeah, 100%. I've never seen a man sell out more shows at a higher
man.
hit rate in my life.
Oh, I appreciate that very
So
much.
we have a vast array. This episode is going to take on many different things from, yes, the worming Rick to popcorn pusher, would you call it?
Slick, maybe?
Yeah, you're ripping tickets, Slick, and then
Oh,
you,
the usher.
yeah, and then obviously Mr. Wesley Black himself.
Oh, yes.
Where are we starting with, Junior Boy?
What is it like selling out venues? Is it scary? Because I
Yeah,
remember I
it's-
went to one of your first shows.
At the YMCA
Yeah.
HQ.
Oh.
Remember that? This is when you're in like
Isn't
year
the one I'm
12 or
thinking
something.
of? Is it?
This was in like, was it in Northridge? It would have been like,
Oh.
It's
Oh, yeah.
in Leaderville.
Yeah.
That was
This-
sick.
Was this
this
2016?
is when you first
Yeah,
released
yeah.
Black.
Year 12? Oh, yeah. Actually, that was that was actually enjoyable, but... Well, it was enjoyable in some regards, but that was like same kind of thing where I was just like, I had no idea what I was doing kind of thing. And like, I saw like 90% of the set list was just like unreleased stuff or like, yeah, not great stuff. But since then, like, I'm definitely one of those people who like after every set, I'm not like just done with it. I'm be like, okay, what do I have to do for next set or something? Like I'm
Oh,
very
that's
much
good.
so an ideas guy and like my interest in like
This chopper is fucked.
Have you got security coming to check on you? There is a chopper that is practically about to land in
It's
our
just sitting
pool.
above our house.
Yeah, it just
I wasn't meant to leave the house on my house. They gave me a special pass for tonight, so I think they're just checking if my car's here and all that. But
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember, I think Joe said to me after that event, he was like, yeah, Ricky threw up before he came on.
yeah,
Well, no,
it
we
was
went off mid, yeah.
That was the worst part. It was. So I did a few songs, had a few left, and I started to become a lot less jumpy in these songs for a good reason. I was like,
scoliosis is kicking.
it doesn't feel right. And then so I left, and my friend, wait, can you say a friend's name?
Yeah.
Okay. I said Vid. Wait, no, I didn't say Vid. I said to Vid, can you fill in for me because he knew my songs. Shout out Vid, by the way. I recorded all my first stuff in his garage, and he just helped mentor me and stuff so
Okay.
much. So yeah, and so I said, can you fill in for this song? So he did, and he's like, I'll just be like 30 seconds. Went outside the back door. Did my business.
This is a vom. This is a big vom.
This is a Jake special at Body Magic. So, did one of those and went to come back in and finish the song, and the door doesn't open from the outside, so it was a bit rough. I was knocking on the door, and Vid kept singing my song, looking around, and he couldn't see me anywhere, and no one else was backstage. So he eventually let me back in. He's like, "Where were you this whole time?" And I was like, "Oh, I just need some air and stuff." But otherwise, it went all right. But
that's incredible.
yeah, in comparison, it's an interesting show to look at. I think in terms of like shows and stuff, like I'm always like, I don't know, like big crowds are just like so much better because it allows me to be more confident and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like selling out shows is like I don't know, this is like makes me very, very, I don't know, it makes me very happy and like and all that. But then another step further as well is like selling out shows that I've like put on and I've like organized and done like all the I don't know, all the stuff for it, like from like the branding and all that kind of stuff is like I don't know, it's just such a different feeling that I don't know, it makes me feel very
It'd be super
happy.
satisfying.
Yeah, it is, and
It's like
I'm very
watching your
nervous.
baby grow up and go to college.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm very nervous, obviously, the few days before and like checking ticket sales and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And obviously, people get ticket sales or people do door sales and stuff. So it's still hard to kind of gauge. But with the 3 shows I've run, like, you know, they've all grown like a decent amount from the last one. Like the first one was like close to a sellout, and then the second one was, and then the third one was like the best numbers yet and stuff, which was really recent. That's actually the Armageddon show. So
yeah.
so yeah, it's I don't know, very very happy feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, quickly mention.
We're all in the Armageddon kits.
the merch.
Bloody lovely. They're actually really nice shades. We might have to get onto you about when we get some of our merch.
Yeah.
Oh, I
works.
appreciate
We
that.
might have to get
Yeah.
our big man Wesley Black on the supply chain.
Yes. Shout out William PJ Kitely on Instagram. He is the artist who illustrated this, and he couldn't have done a better job. Nicest guy. So if you need a drawing, why not?
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
There you go.
What other questions we got, Judy boy? You want to ping off another one?
What's your favorite song of your own that you've made?
Yeah, that's a
Ooh,
great.
my
call.
own.
Over the years.
You tell
Yeah,
us
yeah.
yours, and then we'll tell you ours.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's
I'm just
going
gonna Google what they are.
Yeah. You're just scrolling through. Yeah, this one sounds good enough. I'd say I don't know if this is a cheat one, but I haven't actually put it out. It's my next single. Which I know it's
This
building
is
up.
real. This is smart promo. This bloke knows how to market.
No,
You know
it's a
what?
bit-
All the stuff out at the moment. Yeah, it's got nothing on the next thing.
It's a bit of a cheat, but I'm just super proud of it because it's a lot more vulnerable and it's me trying a different sound. So if you're expecting rap on this next one, you might be disappointed.
That makes me very excited.
I'm trying a bit of a different genre, and I'm actually really happy with it. Hey,
Banjo Billy sort of
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. I've been trying to sing since like 2018, and just like scrapping these. I'm like, man, I just can't sing. But like, I've been persistent with it, and this one I do a decent amount of singing, and I'm really happy with it. I haven't teased it or anything anywhere, played at any shows because I'm like, nah, I want people to hear this the right way and stuff. So
This
I'm
is an
very attached to this
exclusive.
song. It's very vulnerable as well. So it's a whole 180 from Angel. But I'd say that if it turns in ones that have already come out, I'll go maybe Alive or Still, which is the first and last track from the Angel EP I just put out.
Good call. Well, just quickly, what do we have a name for the one that's going to come out? Or you don't want to drop?
Why not? The song is called Better With You.
Better with
There
you.
you go.
And do we have a date?
No, not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. Not yet.
A season?
Oh.
Oh, what?
A
Sorry.
season? A month?
It should be. I'll be announcing it very soon. I just have to make some changes to the actual graphic side of it.
Okay.
Otherwise, the song's fully done, but I just want to make sure everything's
I'm
nice and in
pumped.
place before I like to announce anything.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I used to have a problem back then with the old coming soon, where I haven't even recorded songs yet. So now I like to have everything fully done before I even set a date or
Yeah,
anything
no,
like
that's
that.
fair
you
enough.
know?
Mate, I'm keen. What would you say is your fave?
The end.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know. I
appreciate
agree.
that.
I'm in the
Appreciate
same
that.
boat. That was like,
Also, I can't remember because you released like an EP, but then you deleted it all off Spotify.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And one of my, I think one of
Very,
my favorite songs
very-
was on there, but I can't remember the name of it
Oh,
now.
really? Yeah.
why'd you do that?
It was just, I don't know. I just think that was not at the level that I wanted people to
okay.
kind of see. I don't know, just kind of see out and stuff. And it was a bit like
It's
this is.
season 1 of the MacPack podcast.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
is.
It was quite rushed as well, you know. I was like, by chance, if someone listens to, I mean, when people listen to an artist, they'll probably go like, you know,
Yeah.
most popular or whatever, or
Yeah.
the latest release or something. But I was like, by chance, I don't want this to be my first intro to
Yeah.
someone
Yeah,
and
that's
think
fair
that, yeah.
That's
But
completely fair
yeah,
enough.
I kept a few up, like the end, of course. Yeah, which I did a live version of at.
Yeah, that was sick.
And again, yeah,
That
I
was
was really
really
happy
sick.
with that. That was awesome. Shout out to the girls at the Booragoon Cinema as well. They strangely knew like the lyrics better than me and stuff. And they were right at the front, so that was really heartwarming.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, no, the end is definitely one of my
The
favorites.
music video for the end is sick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, appreciate
With
that. That was like
the
one of
way
my
you did
first
the lyrics.
videos I made. If
How
you
did
call
you
that.
how did you do that? Because it plays on like that. It plays on the loop, eh? Am I thinking of the same thing?
Yeah, like
Oh, the
because
video
the
does.
lyrics go
yeah.
down and then they kind of go up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Bravo.
How
Oh,
did you?
appreciate
Who's
that.
the chick in the video?
Oh, she's Trish Stratus. Shout out to her. That was one of my celebrity crushes from back in the day. She's a wrestler, so
Oh, right,
yeah.
right.
She a baddie though. She a
Does
baddie.
she know? Does she know she's in it? Did you reach out?
Yeah,
This-
she's still working on the reply, I think. She said it was her favorite track, so
Well, she's definitely not alone.
Okay, so you're a big Simpsons man.
Yes.
very much.
Favorite episode.
Oh.
Yes. This is the shit I like.
Okay, I gotta go.
Because you know
I thi-
season 1. We've spoken about this before. You know season 1 through to 10. You reckon? Like the back of your
golden-
fucking hand.
I gotta say season 1 to 21. I reckon.
Wow.
I know it's a big claim, but I've watched those ones. I know it's a big claim, but I've watched those ones an insanely sad amount of times.
That's
But,
exciting. That's so
man,
exciting.
It's by far my favorite show. This is what I sleep to, but I'd say 6 to like 8 is just like maybe 4 to 8 is like
Yeah.
such a good like tier where it's just like so many jokes a minute. It's like insane. So I'd probably go in season 7, Lisa the Vegetarian is probably my favorite
That's a good
episode.
one.
It's
With
like
Paul and Linda.
yeah, and Homer in there is so funny, and I just love when Homer and Lisa getting along. You know, like they're so different people, but he's like, you know, he's still a good father. He's just a bit misunderstood. So
And
That excites me so much. I've got a Disney Plus account.
Oh,
at the moment,
yes.
like we've all been using.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily ours, but shout out to the team who have. I don't know if they even
One
know
of the
that-
boys at my cinema complex.
Yes.
legend.
I've been watching a lot of Simpsons. I'm up to
Awesome.
start of season 5 now. I've been watching. I've never really committed. Like I've always liked it.
Yeah.
But just used to watch it on Channel 10 at like
Yeah.
6 p.m. And now to actually go through and watch it, man, they're getting away with some crazy jokes.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
that time slot, some of the stuff that they're getting away with was fucking
So
wild,
good.
man.
It's like a show that's like keeps on giving those well because the amount of times I've watched it and the amount of times I find new jokes is really weird. Like I've like seen it so many times. I'm just like, wait, was that sign always there, or was like they hide stuff in every like frame and stuff. It's crazy. So.
it's weird to say because it's like such a big show. But
Yeah.
I still feel like it's
Underrated,
underrated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like people are like, oh yeah, it's like The Simpsons, you know, like
Yeah,
it's
I watched
standard
that when I
stuff.
was a kid.
But it's like it is just so good.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff in there that is
Yeah.
like
It's
fucking
really
hilarious.
progressive as well. Like I find, like it's like
Yeah.
people are just like they're always learning stuff that like you know people only just like learning today or something like that. I don't know. I just think it's like such a good show.
One of my favorite episodes is when when Ned opens the left hand store. The
Oh, yeah,
Leftorium,
yeah.
And
Yep.
it ends with like Homer like gets everyone to come in. We actually watched this episode.
because he screws his store over at the start,
Yeah.
and then he feels bad, and Homer's like, "Wait, I got to be a nice guy and stuff." So
And even with that, like, it's a stupid show, but like at that one, it like tears
That one
every
is
time
so
'cause he's doing
wholesome.
something nice.
yeah, there's another one in season 5 as Homer Loves Flanders. So you might have seen that one
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
Man, I love that one so much because they're like getting along and stuff, and it's just like I don't know. Even the show is so meta. Like they make jokes about how people perceive the Simpsons as well
Yeah.
and stuff. Like
They-
I think
yeah.
Lisa's making jokes and she's like, oh, you know, like I usually just like wait a few minutes and everything comes back to normal by the end of the episode. Or not episode, but like something like that. And
Yeah.
so yeah, they're like it's hell creative.
What are your
yeah.
thoughts on like The Simpsons weirdly predicting things?
Yeah, it's strange. Hey, I was talking about this today that someone was bringing up that he has a VR thing and there's a job simulator on VR, and I was like, man, that's so weird because this is back in season. Oh man, this makes me sound like such a nerd. But this is in season 9, so it's like decently old.
Yeah.
And then
It's
there's
like mid 90s.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably late 90s, I guess.
Okay,
but
Sorry to
yeah.
immediate fact check. I won't suggest any other factoids about The Simpsons.
You better keep your mouth closed. But yeah. So Bart is supposed to do the yard work out back, and he's like, I don't want to do the yard work. That's boring. And then they
Classic
go to
Bart.
this convention. Yeah, they go to this convention, and there's all these games and stuff. And Lisa's like, I want to go on this, and Bart's like, I want to do the yard work simulator, and it's like a VR where he's doing yard work. And then my friend was telling me about this job simulator VR. I was like, man, that is a weird because that one I wouldn't have predicted to come true because it's
Yeah.
yard work simulator is like a very
It's a long
abstract.
stretch.
Yeah,
100%.
doesn't seem very appealing to me personally, at least. But everyone's got a yard they can physically attend to, I guess. But
My next question is, you dyed your hair
yes,
a couple
yeah.
years ago.
Yes.
Was there a rhyme or reason behind that, or was that just more of a bored Saturday
Bit of a
night?
vibe.
Because it was a big thing. I think I was off work and then came back and you had completely blonde hair. And I was
Oh,
like,
really?
right, like I know I've been out for a while, but what's happened here?
Yeah.
Who's the new guy?
I think. Well, I've always since like I was like a little kid just been really into like story writing. So I was like before I did music stuff. Obviously, I was just like always writing stories and stuff. And
Yeah.
one character that I guess created. Actually,
Yeah.
this was Wesley Black. That's where the name comes
Oh,
from.
okay,
by the
yeah.
way. So yeah, a little origin story. But I was just like drawing him up, and he had like blonde hair or whatever. He looked kind of like me. So I was like, this is before. I think this was around the time I was trying to change my name to that.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I just thought it like looked really cool and stuff. And me changing my name and guess and putting out that EP, which was black and white and
Yeah.
stuff. And I just thought that would be kind of a cool time to change it and really
Yeah.
I don't know, get into that element kind of the character.
That was
I
sick.
guess. So
I like that.
Yeah,
That is
but I
cool.
did keep it for quite a while. I think it
For
was like
ages.
2 years.
Yeah.
I think.
And then you dyed it back, and I was just equally as shocked. I was like, no, you had blonde hair. You can't,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can't do that with me, man. You can't.
Yeah, there was
Stick-
some struggles with that blonde hair. I don't know if you saw the first time, but it started to turn a bit of an orange hue, and it naturally formed dreadlocks on a few of them, which is not a great sign. Now I'm a lot more better with hair care, but at that time I had much to learn.
There you go.
You got another?
Oh, do I?
Yeah,
we
go
go.
one of these.
Here we go.
I'll go with Scrummer. Got into contact.
Yeah.
Which Donaldson brother is that?
Jackson.
Okay. He goes, when are you releasing King of the World / King
Oh.
of Everything?
Oh,
And is the new album going to be predominantly indie?
oh,
So
interesting.
I feel like he knows more than
we
Well,
Yeah.
what I did is I played King of the World, which is not the one that I was just talking about. It's not the
Okay.
same as Better With You. But King of the World is actually like more acoustic. This other one I was talking about is more like indie, I guess. Like it's
Yeah.
indie rock kind of thing. I don't know if you'll call it that. I don't know. But the acoustic one is, it's literally just guitar at the moment.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really
Did you
Did
excited.
you play this live or?
Yeah, I played this live. So, like with my songs, I usually hate like if I really like a song, like doing it live, because I'm just like I gotta save it, and like I don't know, I like that kind of element. But with King of the World, I just thought it was like a really good time for Armageddon as well, with like just kind of stuff I was going through and stuff, and I was like I want to play something a bit more vulnerable and stuff. So I played that, and yeah, strangely a lot of people really gravitated towards that. Like a few people messaged and was like, "Yo, what is this song? Where do I find it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's not actually out yet." So it's good. It's building a
It
lot
seems
of
to be a common
genuine
trend.
hype.
Like all the
Mostly.
shit that you don't like, everyone else
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is sick, man. You're like, nah, never doing that again.
Yeah. I will put out King of the World though. I think this next single, I'm gonna stick with that as the next one, and then I think I'm gonna do King of the World after that, because I had some plans for King of the World, some like big plans, and they fell through. So I was like, I kind of got a bit like sad about the song kind of thing, and then so I was like, I'm just gonna push it off to the side and see what happens while I
Yep.
work on this one. But King of the World will be a single, and it will come out after that.
Hell yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited for it. Because as we said, like before you got here, me and Riley were chatting and we were like, I hope he does more songs that are
Like slow.
yeah.
Not slow. Like this, I love your singing.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you very much. No,
So it's
thank
exciting to know
Because you
that
could
there is
love like your hype rap,
you. Yeah.
but then
Because that was the idea with like Angel, I guess. I wanted to put out like some sound I don't think I've really heard before,
Oh, yeah.
and just like put all this emotion into it and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, once I'm done with that, I want to explore the whole 180. And a lot of people have said similar things where they're like, man, you should make something again like The End, or like something more like sad or open or something like that. And so that's I've been writing a lot more of that stuff lately. So
that's a sick way to do it, because then it's like when people look through your discography,
yeah,
it'll be like,
it
oh,
ties
like,
it off.
Holy shit! Like there's so much that I can like of this.
Yeah.
guy. Like I could like not like this part, but then love this album.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that a
There
lot.
you
Thank
go.
you very much.
Good way to do it.
I also have a question here to.
Yep.
No, we'll move that to the next part. That's what we'll do. We'll slide that into the next part. What we're going to talk about now is, I want to know what is, like, you've obviously been quite successful to date. What would you say is your biggest success at this point?
Oh,
What are you most proud of?
That's a good question. I don't know if I can pick specifically one. I'd say yeah, even probably the first thing that comes to mind is like having like a sold out show that I kind of had like my hand in everything for. Like even like I was saying like I self did the graphics, all the recap video and stuff, like I'll edit that myself and whatever. Like I like to be really involved and kind of like, I don't know, just like what the Wesley Black image is. I'm like, yeah, I got to take control of that and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'd say that's really big as well. And Jack Rabbit's show that I did last year, which was thrown by like my music management team and Young Rach and stuff, which is 6KMC. Shout out to them. They put up a show and there was only me and one other rapper on the lineup, and that was at Jack Rabbit Slim's, and they sold out that, which was like insane because that was like, I think it was like 500 or something like that.
that's
And
huge.
so that was like, after that happened, I was like, man, that was crazy and stuff. But that's probably some of the stuff I'm like really, really proud of and stuff, and just, I don't know, inspires me to keep going and stuff. Triple J as well.
Yeah,
That
I was going to say.
yeah, that was like a really, I don't know, it was a really proud moment and stuff as well, because I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I was going through a rough time when that kind of happened and stuff, and so I was just kind of like, I don't know, I was just kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't know, yeah, I was just going through a rough time, and then that kind of just popped up out of nowhere, which we he just emailed us on the day.
Yeah,
and,
right.
He was just like, "Hey, this song's cool. I'm gonna play it on tonight." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so what was actually funny about that is I was actually
Which
and
song
I was like,
it?
"What? Sorry."
Which song was it?
It was Ego Death off the new EP produced by Daunt featuring Ivan Ooze. So, and so they just messaged me and I was like, man, I'm at work. So I was talking to Rach about it because Rach kind of keeps me in the loop. Young Rach, who's like one of the managers at 6KMC.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, they're playing it tonight. And I was like, oh my God, I'm at work and stuff. And she was like, and so I was actually trying to find when it was going to be played because they just didn't tell us and stuff.
they're just like, it's on
I
tonight.
had no idea what time and stuff. And then I actually, Alex, I won't say his full name, but someone from Corpus actually messaged him and was like, hey, I just listened to the East Coast stream. I figured out it's going to be 2 hours after that, so it will play at this time. And I was like, oh my God, you legend. So then I started posting. I was like, yo, 9:40. I finished work at 9:30. And then so I messaged Mum and I was like, Mum, put the radio onto this station. Keep Zara awake if she wants or whatever. And Zara's my little sister, by the way. And yeah, I'll just rush home or whatever, which is pretty nice because
so
the
sick.
managers found out because someone else had checked like my Instagram or something and told the managers.
Yeah.
And the manager that was on, she was like, yo, I'll do your paperwork. You can leave 5 minutes early and
Yeah,
stuff. Like
100%.
that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
And she listened from work as well because she messaged me and said, yo, I just heard your song and stuff.
That's so
and there was
cool.
a few people that didn't see the post as well, and they were just like, yo, I was just on Triple J, is this you and stuff? And so that was like really awesome and stuff. And it was just cool because that was like doing rap music stuff is like really cool, but there's like only a few people that kind of gravitate towards that. But having Triple J kind of like, I don't know, like
It's a bit more
give,
mainstream.
and give like a little stamp on it, be like we kind of approve of this was
Yeah.
like just so cool because like people that don't really take that much of an interest in my music were like, yo, that's like huge and stuff. So that made me feel like, I don't know, that made me feel like really happy with like kind of what I was doing and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Good stuff.
So the process was just some bloke emailing you going, hey, like your music, gonna play
Yeah.
it, gonna play it to Australia.
Was
if
it
you
a
don't
question?
mind."
Essentially, what's that?
It wasn't a question. It was just like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
FYI, I'm playing your shit, yeah?
I
Cool.
sent back, do not, but he didn't get the message in time.
All right, Wesley Black, thank you so much for giving us the lowdown on your career to date, all your aspirations and everything that you've been able to basically put under your belt up to this point. It's been absolutely fantastic to be on the ride thus far, and you can bet we will continue to be, not bandwagoning, but we'll be on the back of your train, fucking tooting nice and hard.
Appreciate that, and vice versa. You know, I'm an every week listener, so that's not going to change anytime
That's
soon.
what we like to
Attaboy.
hear. It is now time that we get into more of the rich stories. Now, these are more of the what would you call them?
This
Joe?
is the man behind the
scenes,
mask.
yeah, this is the underground stuff.
This
so
is the real scoop.
if you, if you want to find out about like the man behind what's going on,
You don't.
listen in very closely. We've had a heap of people get in contact with us regarding some stories that the big man has been a part of. Some they haven't really addressed too much. They've said statements and basically gone, ask him about this, and then said one word. And it's just like,
I don't know any of these as well. Like, I don't know. I haven't been given any hints. Like
No.
someone being like, yo, I'm sending this in. Is this okay? So
Well, we've done this with every guest who's come on.
yeah.
And a lot of people who I asked just said, yeah, I've got some stuff. Don't know if it'd be
Don't-
comfortable
yeah.
talking about it. And
No
I'm
one
like-
else has said
I'm like,
that.
wait, what? And they're like, yeah, probably won't say anything.
Because most people we ask, we put these questions out, and most people will like basically punch in their suggestions as to what we can talk about with the person.
yep.
And it makes sense. Like a lot of it's like, okay, that could be fun. And then we ask them and they get a little bit embarrassed, but the story gets told.
Yeah.
On this occasion, we've done that. And people have then sent them back in and gone, yeah, unsure if you want to do this, but maybe this one, which makes me think that you've killed like 3 to 4 people. And we're just like going to find out about it over the next 20
think
minutes.
in general, I like kind of more of a private or reserved kind of person, maybe. So maybe that's the stigma around it. But I will do my best to answer these.
Okay, we'll kick things off with the fact that you almost got arrested in an abandoned South Rio powerhouse.
Oh.
True, false? Give us the deets.
Most likely true, I guess. It was, so there's is it the Fremantle Powerhouse? Am I
Yeah,
correct to
that
say
was-
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So we went there, we being me and two other fine young gentlemen.
Okay, lovely.
And we kind of parked our car really far away because we talked about it for ages. We're like, man, it's going to be so cool. So we parked really far away, left our IDs
you go at
in the
day or
car and
night?
everything. Oh, this is pretty late at night, actually. I'd say, yeah, it was definitely like pretty pitch
Sun's
blacky
down,
kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah. And so we walked like a really long distance, and we're like, okay, it's game time. I don't know how funny this story is, but it was more just
Are you
scary.
allowed to walk
but
in there? 'Cause
no,
I've
you're
heard-
not. Nah, there's like, but there was like some kind of tear in the fence or whatever.
Yep.
And so, you kind of just like go in there, why not? And so we went in there, and then one of my friends saw a group of girls there.
Nice.
And he was like, hey, hold up. Maybe we can kind
We're
of
on
tour
here.
it together and stuff. So he went up to them from a distance. He was like, hey. And then they all looked, and he was
There's
like,
nothing better as a young girl. I'm sure there's nothing better than
Pitch black.
hearing one lone man from 50 meters away just yell, "Hey!"
three pretty huge bulky guys. But yeah, and then so they didn't respond, so he did the natural thing and did another hey, and yeah, they kind of seemed to be a bit frightened, so they ended up running quite far away, and we're like, well, I guess we'll just go and explore it solo. So we did. We started looking around or whatever. We started
For
to
them
see
or
some,
just in general?
No, just sorry,
Okay.
around the place. Then we started to see some lights in the distance, starting to get a bit closer. We're like, interesting. And we were kind of just still exploring, but the lights got really close. We realized it was headlights, and the beeping on this car was off the charts. They knew we were in there for sure, and so they were beeping, circled around the place like for a really long time. And basically, I probably was freaking out the most out of them because like I don't usually do something like this. So they were like pretty calm, and I was like, oh my god. So I was like, there's pillars in there, and I was basically like, okay, the car's here, I'm hiding this direction of the pillar, and I was just squatting around doing my little 360s around the pillar so they couldn't see me. They knew we were in there. They were like yelling stuff as well, but I think
Was it one person?
I don't know because
Okay.
we didn't see
Wait, and
who
it
was
was
in the car.
Was it a
but
cop?
I
Was it a
don't.
cop car?
Well, I don't reckon it was. Our theory, we actually don't know, but our best theory is like it was maybe their older brother or cousin or dad or something out of those girls. I
Oh,
reckon
okay.
because they left. This car came
Which is
back.
arguably more scary because
Yeah,
they
'cause-
could kill you.
Yeah. And so they came around. They were like circling around and stuff for ages, like a really long time. Like I reckon like 20 minutes, which is pretty long to be under that amount of pressure, at least
Yeah.
for me. So, so they kind of left or whatever, and then we walked and we avoided like traffic. So we walked like the longest way home, and we actually found there was a security guard or policeman kind of talking to someone that we actually saw on the main road we were going to go. So we went the extra long way. We made it back, and we were just talking about it later. We're like, man, I don't think we're clear. They're going to find out who we are. Maybe we dropped something there or something. But it was all good in the end. No one was arrested. Everyone survived.
Oh, there you go. That's a
to
good
hear.
story.
It
No,
is.
no one died, so that's one tick box.
Yes, yeah, no deaths.
The other one we've got here is you almost burnt down the house in Mandurah trying to cook fried chicken. Is
Yeah. I won't deny that one. Yeah, there was no deaths on this one as well. A little spoiler. A few close calls, but there's a Mandurah house that one of my friends has his family friend or kind of has or whatever.
Yep.
So we stay down there quite regularly. We went down there and there was 4 of us on the first night, and me and my other friend were like, no, we're making something good. I'm not having like boring stuff tonight. And then he suggested fried chicken. And I was like, interesting. I was watching something about Gordon Ramsay on that the other day. I mean, how hard can it be? I mean, not saying that I'm Gordon Ramsay level, which I clearly am not. But we went through with it. And yeah, I'm not sure about the methods we had. We kind of like prepared it pretty well. But there was a large like a pot of oil, because you're supposed to like deep fry it, obviously, but the oil was like on high for ages, and I was kind of hinting, I was like, I think it's hot enough, and then my friend started
Just
to
put my
say
finger
that,
in there to check.
yeah. The old tongue test. But my friend was actually like, no, I think the oil should be bubbling, and I said,
Bubbling. I don't think it should ever be bubbling.
I said I've never seen oil bubble before.
Boiling
but
water.
itself.
Different.
it would cook it, I guess. So we kind of just waited. It wasn't bubbling, but we're like, yeah, this is going to be an insane amount of time if it's not cooking something now. So we dropped one in.
3
and
days have passed.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
dropped
have it in like the deep fried basket, or did you just
No,
like,
it was just a
literally
pot
put it in?
with oil, yeah.
Oh my-
And so we dropped it in. I'd say
How are you
I'd
going to
say
get the
l-
chicken
I'd
out,
say-
though? Don't know. That was just a
Who
second.
knows?
By hand.
I'd say the
That's warm.
when we dropped in, I'd say that was like less than 1 second till the smoke touched the ceiling. It literally went like, and so we were like, okay, so let's go ahead and grab that. We grabbed it. Not cooked in the slightest in the middle, but pitch black charcoal on the
fuck.
outside. It cooked cooked. It it's fried, I guess you could say, within about a second. So it was a pretty terrible failed night of fried chicken. So we took out the pot and left it for about an hour, just sitting outside, letting it do its thing. And I think we ended up cooking fried chicken after that, which was successful the second time. But yeah, the boys wouldn't let us forget about the first occasion.
That is next level.
The Colonel
yeah, it
would
was
not
quite
be proud.
scary. So to answer your question before, can I cook? I'd probably lean towards no now, actually.
There you go.
Oil's scary as hell, like especially because it makes that loud crackling sound when you put it in there.
yeah.
And to actually basically project the chicken straight back out to the roof would be.
Our eyes just went like, quite cartoon-like, but yeah.
Right, so I've got another question.
Yes.
So this is something that I think it's a bit well known around, especially your boys at Corpus.
Okay.
But I don't think anyone else would have heard about it. What are the Dumbio Awards?
Dumbia!
Oh, yes.
I've heard about the Dumbia
Oh,
Awards.
Dumby Awards. I can't give it enough praise. It was oh wait, no, I can say a name, right? So I'll give of course James, shout out to him. He was the pioneer of it, created the Dumby Awards, and then there was a awards panel of us as well.
Yep,
So there was a few of us. So it was me, Emmett, Lucas, Joseph were on it, and I don't think Pete was actually a part of it, to be honest, but he possibly was. But yeah, so we basically at the retreat, we wanted to make it a bit more fun. So a retreat is like a high school camp. I don't know if all schools have
year
retreats,
11,
but
the first one?
year 12. No, there was only two
Oh, wow.
actually. They were both in year 12. So this was like maybe mid-year kind of thing. And so we just told a group of the boys, come to our dorm when we have free time.
Yeah.
We're doing an awards ceremony, and we just all had chairs and stuff. And so we basically collated what would be the best awards to give people at school. You know, like the classic, like most likely to, or like
Yeah,
biggest
okay.
something or whatever, like something like that. And so
Biggest one.
yeah. Well, so the first one was like all well and good, right? And it like went like it was like a decent amount of a crowd though she didn't expect and stuff. But just like it was like all like pretty quiet boys and stuff like that. But that was
So
good.
you got a crowd down. How
Yeah,
many,
which
what,
is
the
like-
rest of the cohort?
The rest of the gang at
It was
retreat.
it was more like the pond boys. So it was like it was only the quiet boys kind of thing. So
Okay.
so we did that, and then the second one we're just like, all right, let's just go out all this because this was like
This-
the
I
last
attended
month.
this one,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is like the last month of school. So the first one was just kind of like planting the seeds, you know. But the second one was like we're just gonna be
The main event.
We're just gonna go dumb with it and stuff. So we yeah, it was actually surprising as well the amount of people that came and fit into that one classroom that we told.
We were in a classroom in
Main block?
top
Top
left-hand
floor,
corner,
yeah.
and just like so many people just like,
thought
oh,
it was gonna collapse,
heard this was on, just like coming in.
It was yeah,
Like
it was
it's
actually
the Brownlow medal.
yeah. Quite elite, quite prestigious. But man, it was so fun. It was like I thought the roof was gonna like drop or something, like because it was like the top floor as well. But we told, can I say Mr. Maybe not.
Yeah, well, you
Okay.
said it out.
Well, I mean,
What a
bleep
legend,
if needed,
man.
but yeah, Mr. We told him we were just working on an assignment in there, so lucky he didn't walk past and
All
see.
80 of us.
But, yeah. It was a big assignment. So, so yeah, we went in there, and so yeah, the Dummy Awards was all these school awards, and basically we had a few. I went through the group maybe a few months
that
ago
one
or something.
voted?
Yes, yeah. So there was a Google Docs created,
remember doing
and
that.
anyone could be invited, I believe, and participate in this awards ceremony.
Yeah.
So you could have, we would decide on 5 major candidates for the award, I think, and then there was also another option where you could write in someone, and I think one of the write-ins actually did end up winning, which is surprising and stuff. But it was good fun. So I remember off the top of my head, some of the awards were like so funny, like that. I was like, how did we even come up with that? But one of them, sorry, that was a weird noise. I was making. One of them was you know the song you know the song that's like blinded by the light.
Yeah.
There was a blinded by the light award which is given to
Oh, no.
I don't want to out him, but there was someone who in the year 12 car park, you know, when we all started getting our license, he accidentally rear-ended someone because he was blinded by the light, and so yeah, I think he was the only option you could pick for that one, which was probably a bit harsh, but he got the blinded by the light award for having sunlight in his eyes and hitting the car, and then there was there was also, I don't know the best way to phrase it, but the least well endowed award. There was which thankfully I didn't win, but I don't even want to out the winners.
Red
for
hot
this one,
favourite
man,
though, I
but,
heard, heading into the event.
look, I'll say one of the members on the one of the members on the panel may have won it. So it was actually a tie. So there was two.
Did you win? Smallest penis.
No, I
Jeff?
wasn't on
No,
the
no, no.
panel.
Sorry, on
sorry,
that
I thought
panel.
you
Yeah,
meant
on
this
that panel.
Couldn't have been me.
Did they get up
Could've
to
been Riley.
accept? Did they get up to accept the award?
They did actually. It was actually like such great banter that people were actually like taking the less envied awards. They were still taking it well.
The guy who rear-ended that car, like, he was in my homeroom.
Yeah.
And like,
Drop a name. I'll beef it.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And people would like riff into him about being in a car accident, which is a bit mean. But like when he would always be like a bit defensive about it.
Yeah.
But then when he won the Dumpy Award, he was actually so proud.
Yeah.
Mom, I did it.
I remember Josh as well, who I think you guys are familiar with. He won the worst banter award, but he was proud of it and telling people that he won the worst banter award. So that was pretty good. And I remember actually Josh had a part in another one that it seems a bit harsh, but I didn't even remember it till we were kind of going back through it a few months ago. But there was one that was just the biggest douchebag. And one of the maths teachers won it, who obviously wasn't at the event. But what happened is Josh told one of the other maths teachers, he said, "Hey, did you know this teacher won the biggest douchebag award at the Dumbias?" And apparently that teacher actually laughed. I don't think they mustn't have been friends. So that was quite funny. But yeah, the awards were great. Actually, a very wholesome memory of mine. There's a good photo of like a whole group of us, and I ended up winning the actual Dumbia, which was I think it was just like someone who won like a significant amount of awards or something like that. So I ended up getting the grand prize, which was one of James's mum's vase from home. So, which is I still got it, and I put flowers in it occasionally. So it's done me well. But
How did
Dumbia
you come up
was-
with the name Dumbia?
that was James actually. I think Dumbia is a soccer player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Office US, they have the Dumbies.
The Dundies, yeah.
The Dundies.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's where it was
don't
coming
think
from.
James has ever seen The Office, to be fair, but maybe, I don't know. But yeah,
He's
I wouldn't know
an
any.
innovative young man.
Yeah, I wouldn't know any more insight in it, to be honest. But it was very good as well. Actually, I do remember a wholesome memory was we walked in to Father Stretch My Hands Part 1 playing, so we were like playing the song, and we like walked in to like that Kanye West song. So that was awesome. Yeah, it was good fun.
All right, so I've got another one down here.
Yes.
One word. Soy pops.
Oh,
My favorite thing thus far, I think we've asked like 3 or 4 questions. Every time we ask them,
Just one letter.
Yeah, Ricky clocks it and just goes, and it's like, yeah.
No need to talk
I
about that.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have what is commonly referred to as a machine gun laugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't force it. Like if I try. Yeah, I won't try actually. If I try, I can't do it, but it's a very genuine laugh. So.
But there's a moment of pause where where like the movie plays in your head and then you finish and go, and then it just starts.
I try and let the memory wash over me, but it doesn't. So, Soy Pops, yeah, it was a bit of a business venture. Me and good friend Ethan went through at this unnamed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. at this Booragoon site, and
Nice.
we basically just. Actually, I don't even know the origin to it. I can't remember, but we basically just started drinking soy milk for no particular reason. But I mean, why not?
Just pure soy.
Yeah. So we started. We thought it would be funny if we froze it in a cup and stuck a spoon in there. So then you freeze it at the start of the shift. And as a nice treat after the shift, we would go down to the car park or somewhere or whatever, peel off the old cardboard cup and just start licking away. So it was...
just like a couple of cool cats, literally and figuratively.
You know, like we were hanging with like there's the people just smoking out the back. And we were just like, hey, how's it going? Just licking at it. So
We're just licking a cup of milk.
safe to say, we were pretty much the coolest guys down there. But we just basically started going with those. And after we started to realize, which was probably after the first time, they didn't taste good. They were very terrible. We started trying to make different recipes for it, which is just us.
I was explaining to Kira today about the soy pops. I was like, I think it was just soy milk. I don't think there was
Any other ingredient.
to it.
The only additions were we put the chocolate topping in or chocolate powder in there.
Yeah.
didn't do much because it was like cold milk. I guess it was kind of just like Milo, I guess. And then but way worse. And then there was also the chai one as well, which is probably maybe the best
chai
of the
latte,
three. Yeah, maybe the best of three, but that's not really high praise either. They were pretty garbage. So yeah, we discussed maybe making a little underground salesman, just being like, oh yeah, it's only $2 for a soy pop, and we just collect them from the back or something. But yeah, we were a bit of fear of losing our job, so we started to keep the old recipe to ourselves. So if you see a store opening up, watch out.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So we have a question that's come in from Emmett. Just
Yes.
saying, ask him about the Bandicoot.
Oh my god, I was hoping he didn't ask this. Well, that was the machine gun laugh again. I think he would explain it better, to be honest, because he's way more harsh. And I don't think... Well, we have a different understanding of what happened. This actually sounds
Which
pretty
is
bad.
the way that most crime stories unpack themselves.
Well, so I was going to his house, and I picked him up, and I think... Oh, so we were just driving past, and I said, is that a new sign there? Because there was a road sign saying, watch out for bandicoots or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I took notice of it, which is a little bit of foreshadowing, So I was just like,
Oh, no.
I've worked out what's going to happen.
I don't even know why I'm saying this. This isn't even funny at all. It's kind of just sad. But I just saw the sign, and then, Emmett seems to think the story went a bit different. But from my eyes, there was a bandicoot running across the road.
At the same time that you saw the sign.
I think so. I can't fully remember.
Good
This is
sign
maybe like
placement.
2. Yeah. Very, very accurate. But clearly not enough to wisen me up to it. But yeah, I went over a speed bump, I guess you could call it.
A bandicoot-sized speed bump.
Well, he likes to say that I slowed down, or maybe even I veered into it, but I don't think this is the case from memory. Like, I really like animals, especially them small furry kind of ones. So I did, and we kind of just like sat there and was like, what's the process?
Is there a follow-up sign?
Yeah.
Once you've hit the bandicoot?
I looked
On the
at
back of it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Instructions,
say, the instruction manual, but someone had taken the manual already, so we kind of just left. And by the time we came back, we're like, it'll be gone, but it wasn't. So
Well, it's on the road.
I've never seen
Yeah.
a bandicoot in the wild. Like, what do they look like?
very flat.
All right, boys, we're fortunate enough to be joined in the studio with Mr. Wesley Black himself, who wears many a hat. So, as we've discussed already, he's the... Huh?
He wears many hats.
Yeah. He's the Corpus Christi guy.
Oh.
He's the cinema guy. He is Triple J's hottest young talent. And he's
the
also the biggest Simpsons fan
Oh.
that we know. So it was only right that we decided that we are going to play a game this week that was going to be based around The Simpsons.
Yes, I do.
The show's been on since '89.
And he's seen them all a bunch of times.
But where does his knowledge end?
It don't. He is a whiz, my friend.
What about me? How will I compete?
If you come close, it'll be a feat.
You've got this, Joe, or how will rebel?
Hold your horses, this bloke's next level.
How did we find this Simpsons fan?
He walks among us as a normal man.
I don't think Joey stands a chance.
Well, then let's just sing and dance.
A Simpsons Man.
What's it called?
Simpsons Man.
Once again.
Simpsons Man. What if we played a game I'd win?
Sorry, Joe, the verdict's in.
Simpsons Man.
Simpsons Man.
Simpsons Man.
Hell yes.
Oh my god. I'm just going to say, the amount of effort, considering that there's a high chance that you will never use this segment again, is insane that I can't just let that pass. That is too good.
So
It does not go unwarranted by me. That is actually so sick.
So we've got the Simpsons Man game that we're gonna pin our man Joey Mack against Mr. Ricky himself
The Simpsons Man.
in a bit of a Simpsons themed quiz.
Okay.
Basically, what we're going to do is we've got 7 questions over here. I want to work out who's going to be better at The Simpsons. My money is heavily on the man to my closest left.
As said in the song.
And we have a handful of verbal questions and we even have some audio ones to ask
Oh.
as well.
Wow.
Huge.
Wait, so you don't know them?
No.
Well, I guess that would defeat the purpose. of it. Just checking.
We would just want you to buzz in with your name, and then that will essentially give you first dibs on the
Wait,
questions.
so you say I would say my
Ricky.
name.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Wesley.
And Joe, you would
Oh, Wesley
say
or Ricky. Okay.
Yeah.
whatever.
you decide. We're good.
Yes. That's not a good start. Ricky, I mean.
where am I? All right. Question 1. In season 1, episode 1. What did Bart want for Christmas?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Joe.
Joe.
I'll just take a stab and say a dog.
Incorrect.
Oh, that's actually a good guess.
That's what they get.
Yeah, that's a very good guess. I'm not
Rick.
even gonna lie. Yeah, season 1 and 2 are a little bit scratchy. But
Fake fan.
Yeah, this is
Look,
not,
look,
it's
look.
not a hot start, Mr. Simpsons Man.
I didn't expect a season 1.
I have to delete that song.
I'll guess maybe a video game. I don't know.
Incorrect. Okay, so we've had 0
Is
of
there a bit of hintage? we can
0
do?
of 2. All right, can we move on to the
No,
next
yeah.
one? We've got
Tell us what it
we've got
is.
so many questions. It was a tattoo.
Yeah.
Ah.
does not ring a bell. I'll be honest.
All right, we have a quip for the next one. I need you to tell me what episode this soundbite quote has come from.
All right.
Easy enough.
Yes.
Can't you have some other kind of party, one where you don't serve meat?
Joe.
All normal people.
This is Lisa the vegetarian.
Bang on, Joe's got it.
Which is Ricky's favorite episode.
Hey, Joey boy.
Not
Full
anymore.
of meat.
And
This
If I went-
episode's tainted.
I have a fun fact about that episode. So Paul and Linda McCartney from Beatles fame.
Yep.
They're in the end of the episode, and they were only in it on the condition that Lisa would stay vegetarian for the entire run of the
Yeah.
show.
Which they've kept.
Well, the more you know.
Shit.
Can we play the end? My
Yeah,
favorite is
play
the
it.
end. Okay.
To a barbecue and there was no meat, I would say, "Yo, Goober, where's the meat?" I'm trying to impress people here, Lisa. You don't win friends with salad.
You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad.
Hey,
you don't win friends with salad.
You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends.
So, I thought you would be better than this.
I forgot I had to say my name. For some reason, I was like, I'll let him finish the question. I will know.
All right,
I won't
Ri-
let you finish another question.
So it's 1-0 to Joe. Riley, you've got the third question.
Not
Radio.
good. Not good.
Gentlemen, who was Milhouse's first girlfriend?
Hang on. Oh. Ricky. Samantha Stanky.
Yeah, he's correct.
Is that
He's
right?
got it,
Oh,
mate.
so-
Correct.
Samantha
He's correct.
Stanky.
There we go. 1 each.
Is she a one episode?
Yeah. See, this is season 3, if I'm correct. So that's where I'm a bit more up to date.
Yeah, I'll have to take your word for it. I don't have that.
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I don't have that much information.
There
All
you
right,
go.
we have another soundbite question.
That's an obscure one though. You guys
Yeah.
did your research. Hold up.
So that's 1-1.
Okay. Now, this is another soundbite. It's a little bit more lengthy, but let's see if you can guess
Yeah.
which episode it's from.
Okay.
Don't hurt me. Here's my wallet.
Hi, diddly ho, shucks in boots.
Flanders? That suit's a little revealing, isn't it?
Well, it allows for
Ricky,
maximum mobility.
This is
Is this the? It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Yeah. This is the nothing at all. This is Oh, hang on. It's Mountain of Madness. Correct? Is that what it's called?
No. Joe, I'll throw it to you. I'll play a bit more
Yeah,
and you let
yeah.
me know.
So I need the time.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Sorry.
Wash eyes! Uh-oh. Okay, don't panic. Remember what the instructor said.
If you ever get into trouble, all you need to do is...
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Wait, is this?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid sick.
Is it the one where Homer gets really fat? I'm not sure what it's called though.
I only have a title name. That's all I have. All right,
I
we're
don't
buzzing you
know.
out. No,
I don't
that's a hot no as well.
was it?
Oh,
It's
nice.
from season 11,
Yeah.
episode 10, Little Big Mom.
There you go.
Okay.
Riley with the next.
That's right.
Score is now
Yeah,
Oh, 1 each,
still 1 each. Jesus.
which is good.
it is.
Right, yeah. What is comic book guy's real
Ricky.
name?
Jeff Albertson.
Jeff Albertson. Bang.
That was pace. That was
was
pace. 2-1 to Slick.
2-1.
We've got another soundbite question.
Ooh.
Please tell me which episode
Episode, okay.
this one is from. Now, this is only a short clip, and I feel like the most memorable bit is at the very end. Here we go.
No taunting. Look, that kid's got bosoms. Who's got a wet toe? Come here, you butterball.
Don't make me run! I'm full of chocolate!
Neither of them know.
I know. Yeah, I know the.
We've got him.
I don't remember. No, I don't think I do. To
Yeah,
be
I have
honest.
no idea.
It's from Lisa on Ice.
Season 6.
Oh, that's right. Because he's. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, why is Homer backstage with us like a sport team? Okay, that makes sense. He's chasing Uda around, right?
Yeah. How does he
That's
know
a
the
roughie.
boy's name?
That's a roughie.
How do you know his name?
Huge.
All right, so the score is 1 plays 2.
This is to draw it up.
Yep. So we're gonna go winner takes all here. No,
Yep.
not quite. Joe,
Oh.
this is to
is to
tie.
draw.
Ricky, if you get this, you win 3-1. Here we go.
All right.
This is huge. Who did Marge go to the high school prom
Ricky.
with?
Artie Ziff.
Artie.
We got the
He's got it.
surname as well. We got the surname.
The
Hey.
correct
We didn't
pronunciation.
We didn't have the surname.
Yeah,
on the
Ricky.
answer.
Oh, really?
extra point, yeah.
Artie would have sufficed.
You'll have to take my word. For
All
it.
right, now I'm gonna do a pretty risky thing here. We've had 3 clips, and I don't think anyone's got any of the clips right. Is that correct?
I don't know.
What's a quip?
The clip.
Oh, clip. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I got the vegetarian one.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Okay,
Oh, you have to
I've got
remind me,
3
don't you?
more. I've got 3 more. The game's over. Ricky has won. I want to see if you guys can pick
right.
where any of these have come from because I put in a lot of
I got
work
this,
to
I got
find
this.
these. All right, you ready?
Yes.
I have,
Oh, that was hard.
I have 3 kids and
Hang on. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, I have 3 kids and no money.
Oh
Why
my
can't I have
God.
no
Okay.
kids and 3
Ricky.
money?
Classic.
This is classic.
This is man. That's a hard one because that is season 17. I'm like 90% sure, which is
Season 18.
18. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I
close.
was wrong. Oh, then it's not the one I was thinking. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to pass then.
We've got him.
Joe, you're not gonna know.
No.
Crook and Ladder.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go another one.
He's a fireman in it. All that.
I'm not sure. I only know the 30-second clip, Rick. All right,
True.
this is another one. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, Lisa, if you don't want lamb chops, there's lots of other things I can make.
Wait, Ricky.
You can
This is
Wait.
Lisa the vegetarian.
Yeah. We're doubling down with Lisa the Veg. Lisa the Veg. All right.
There we go.
and
It's my favorite episode again. now.
I was like, well, it can't be the same.
Wait, what are the chances that Jake got 2 audio snippets from Lisa the Vegetarian?
And also,
without-
what are the chances that I said it was my favorite
Yeah,
earlier?
when
That's so
when
weird.
you said that, I gave him this look like, oh, that
That's
might
so
play
weird.
into someone's favorite
Yeah.
later on. We'll go with the last one, Joe. This is just for
This is to win the whole thing.
no. This is just for pride points, Joe. Here we go.
Wait, is it just for Joe?
I'm not normally a praying man, but if you're up there, please save me, Superman.
No, I have no idea.
I can have a guess, but I'm actually not too confident in this one. I'm gonna say is it Missionary Impossible?
No, it's lost our Lisa.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. That's
Real quick to wrap up Simpsons chat. Do you like the Simpsons movie?
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
Oh,
But
you don't like it?
It's all right. It's all right. But it's not. Yeah, it's not the same as the show. And I guess
Yeah.
they made it. I think it was around season 18 or 19, which is like it's not as funny then, obviously.
okay.
So it was a bit late, I guess. And there's just it's still good though. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy it.
well. There you go. So Ricky has won. What 4-1 or 3-1? 3-1 in the end.
3-1 in the main.
And that's why he is known as the Simpsons Man.
The show's been on since '89,
And he's seen them all a bunch of times.
But where does his knowledge end?
it don't. He is a whiz, my friend.
What about me? How will I compete?
If you come close, it'll be a feat.
You've got this, Joe, or how will revel?
Hold your horses, this bloke's next level.
How did we find this Simpsons fan?
He walks among us as a normal man.
I don't think Joey stands a chance.
Well then, let's just sing and dance.
Simpsons Man.
What's it called?
Simpsons Man.
Once again.
Simpsons Man. What if we played a game I'd win?
Sorry, Joe, the verdict's in.
Simpsons Man. Simpsons Man. Simpsons Man.
All right, boys, this week we asked the people of Perth, do you prefer sweet or salty confectionery at the candy bar?
Boys, what do we reckon?
You got to go both.
You're both.
Is that an option?
Can't know.
This
You can
guy,
only vote
you
for
can't
one
go
or the
both.
other.
Oh, geez.
Get off the fence,
it's
mate.
the
You
point
get
of the
splinters.
question.
If I had to pick one, I guess I would have to go salty.
Be cool. Why is that?
Why? Yeah, like if you had to pick one thing, it's got to be popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Popcorn's
Have you
the
had
go.
Have you had sweet popcorn?
Nah,
not a
That's
fan.
garbage.
bro.
That's
Any
garbage.
flavour popcorn is trash.
Matty.
They try and make it look like you want it because they make it like rainbow colors and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and then you taste and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't popcorn at all.
I remember like going to Blockbuster when we were kids, and they would have bags of like
Yeah.
the sweet stuff. We never got it.
So
but
weird.
It's
yeah.
like
It
rainbow
looks
popcorn.
so artificial as well. I don't.
Yeah.
How do they get? Is it a matter of having 5 different? Like we've all worked in the industry.
We've all made fresh cinema popcorn.
Yeah. Do they have 5 different trays with the colours in them, and then they mix them all
They
together?
must do.
Because you couldn't just
Oh, wait, what the? Yeah.
unless as it goes round in the popper, you spurt like a little bit of red in there,
But there would
And
be
then-
never any. Oh.
and then the next time you spurt a bit of blue in there, and then that goes around. Then you've got cream,
Man,
and
that's
that
actually
goes
so
around.
weird to think about.
But
How do
does
they
it
add the
because-
sweetness as well? That's where do they put the sweet stuff
Well,
in?
you know when you pour the salt into the thing, it's probably just
oh, it's sugar.
sugar
instead.
thing.
You know the
Wrinkling my
Do you
brain.
reckon like the texture of sweet popcorn as well is kind of like styrofoam?
Yeah,
Kinda? It's
yeah.
so weird.
Yeah.
It's like too softy kind of.
because it doesn't have the buttery like
yeah,
oily.
true. That's a good point.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
it
not-
doesn't squeak on your teeth.
Yeah, you're right though.
Yeah.
But that adds to like the real.
It adds to like when I'm eating, I'm like, it just feels like it's not right for me.
Yeah, I don't think this is food. Is this edible? It's colourful. It's not edible.
But yeah, it is. So like having fresh like straight out of the like
Yeah.
cinema grade popper.
Oh.
Like
Go
to. Yeah,
it's
nothing
something
better.
that not many people have ever. Like
yeah.
so like
Yeah, there's only a select amount of people who have ever had it like
Yeah,
fresh
those
out of the
machines are
warmer.
worth like.
Cinema workers. That's about
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
about it.
absolutely.
and like yeah, I remember like when we started there was like a big like is it worth your job? Like don't eat popcorn.
grow
You bet
up.
it is. You
It
100%.
so is.
You bet it is. You bet it is.
Facts.
What's your you're as salty as man?
Yeah, I'm definitely salty.
I'm
What's your
salty,
favorite salty treat at the confectionery stand?
Oh,
corn?
definitely popcorn. Yeah, I'm not too big on sweets or treats in general. I usually just go popcorn, coffee, water.
Christ.
Oh, what the?
You're a big popcorn
That's bitter,
man.
man.
Yeah,
We
it's a bit
obviously-
of fun.
we worked at the cinema, one of the classic jobs, cleaning the cinema.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you find some treats in there while you're cleaning.
Nervous for where this is
Like-
going.
Yeah.
And it's one of the, like, you're in there for a long day, you find a bag of Maltesers that, sure, the edge has been ripped open a little, but
Yeah.
it's clearly a poor job.
Yeah,
like,
poor jobs were good, man.
That's classic. Like, everyone's taken that.
Yeah.
Then you got the rip the top fully open.
Yeah,
This is where
hands in
people
there.
start to get a bit more iffy.
But if there's still a fair few in
Personally,
them.
I'm having them.
Depends how hungry you are.
Man.
But then there's obviously the things that no one would do, like drinking someone else's drink.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
That's
never done
weird. But then there's one
Nervous.
which I had never heard because I think this is like gross, mainly because it's like it's very open and it's been sitting out there, but like eating popcorn from the bucket
Yeah.
of
I've done
someone
it.
else.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
Ricky would
It's
do
mainly
it.
a full
Oh,
bucket
Ricky
there.
would do it. It's the only person I ever
You
seen.
got receipts on me?
Yeah.
How deep are we
I-
talking though, Ricky?
Like,
Over
I don't
half?
discriminate, you know?
Oh, that's not
What
right.
I used to do, and I've done it a handful of times, but only when I've been really hungry. So what you do is the popcorn bucket is obviously sat there, right?
Yeah.
And there's popcorn on the top.
Shake.
So I don't shake that. I do make it's
Yeah,
like
you
it's
have
quite a
dig. Yeah.
it's quite a forceful thing. I put my whole hand down there and basically flip what was on the bottom on the top, and I'm like, you know what?
Oh.
That's pretty fresh. That's pretty fresh
Did I
shit.
tell you about
It's a good call,
the cinema pranks, I'll say,
Yeah.
that I came up with, kind of thing.
No.
Oh, I just thought it'd be hell funny if like, if like you eat half your popcorn, which is really you're getting a lot less value for it, but
Yeah.
it's worth it for the prank. But like you eat half the popcorn, and then you go in like the cinema seat, and you like kind of, I mean, sorry for the audio viewers, but you kind of, I'll explain it. You put one hand on the top and one on the bottom, do a real quick 180, and put it down on the seat. So then the cinema cleaner's like, oh, someone left their bucket here. They pick it up, and all the popcorn just like falls everywhere. I just thought it was hilarious, and I've done it quite a few times. But I also thought as well,
But to fellow employees.
yeah,
There was
if they deserved it,
There
or
was
if not.
a classic story of someone from our cinema complex
Yes.
going to like a neighboring, same company and stuff, but like a different complex.
Yeah.
And then they watched a movie there and then they
Did
like,
exactly this.
spilled their shit everywhere. And I think as they were walking out, they basically said like, oh, like, you know, we send our regards.
Oh.
And, they had to clean- and then they got in trouble from management. 'Cause
Oh.
They're like, you can't go to the other cinema
And
and,
just
tell them
shut
you've
up.
messed it up.
Is that what they said? They said we fucked up your shit.
Yeah, they were like,
Why?
Cinema
so
X has done it.
That's
Yeah.
dumb. That's as, that's
some
as
beef,
that's
bro.
as dumb as I've
Too
heard.
much going on down there.
The poll itself came back 60% of people preferred sweet, while 40% of people like salty.
Ooh.
I'm a sweet guy. What are you?
Salty.
Wow.
I love sweet though. Like
Clearly,
I love
we're
a,
no indicator.
I love a Malteser. I love a pod. Love a choc top.
Yeah.
Bigger range, but it just doesn't trump the popcorn.
Yeah,
I can eat a full bucket of popcorn. I can't eat a full bucket of.
No,
I mean,
I'm the
full
other-
bag of Maltesers.
On the other way around, I could
You
eat a
feel
full
sick.
bag of Maltesers, but I couldn't eat a full
Wow.
thing of popcorn. All right, boys. So we had a whole heap of people get in contact in regards to basically why they decided that salty
Yeah.
was the,
The go-to.
yeah, the preference.
Mm.
We've had some interesting comments. We won't read out a few as I'm just sifting through them now. Choc top slap, says Olivia. Couldn't agree more.
Facts.
Choc tops are all time. I haven't had a choc top since I finished up at the
Oh, really?
unprecedented. Yeah,
They're
Yeah, I
fucking
haven't
good,
had
bro.
one
Unnamed joint.
for almost. Yeah, I haven't had one for over 3 years.
Yeah, true.
You didn't take a
vegan.
box home with you?
I should have. I just push one out. Just walk out with it. Just no, it's just rubbish.
yeah.
It's a 24 pack.
One thing I used to love doing, you have the chocolate off the top of your choc top.
Yeah.
Flip it over, dip it into the popcorn.
That is all
So
time.
good. Especially like with like mint. I feel like it goes really well.
Oh no, that is not good.
Ooh.
Vanilla's really good with it. Vanilla's
Yeah, I
good.
never got the vanilla choc top because if I was going to get a vanilla choc top, you just go boysenberry.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's different. It's got different.
Yeah,
What's
you
your
can't get
favorite?
a
What's your
vanilla
favorite?
choc top. What's the
What's your
point?
favorite?
Man,
boy-
I'm not the
choc top?
best one to ask. I think I had one choc top
Oh.
on like my first year there. Didn't like it. And then I
What?
just never had one since.
And you've been there for 7 years. You've had one choc top in 7
Yeah.
years. Where I'm out here going, I haven't had a choc top in like 5 months.
He's like,
You're
I
like-
haven't had a
yeah.
choc top.
What is a choc top?
I'm 7 years clean, and
If you could
I'm
stop.
trying to keep it that way.
Which flavor did you try?
I think it was boysenberry.
Yeah,
from
that's your
memory.
issue,
Gotta
man.
go soft
Imagine,
caramel,
could
bro.
you imagine? Could you imagine if you went back and you had just like a salted caramel now, and knowing that your window of opportunity before you leave is short now, and you're like, man, I fucking love salted caramel. I wish I had have had them for the
man.
last 7
But
years.
I'm not like an ice cream person in general, so I don't know. I haven't gravitated towards it, but
That's
I
heartbreaking.
should probably give it another shot.
What
Why
do you
not?
think? What are your guys' thoughts on the like putting the Maltesers in your popcorn?
Okay, I didn't used to be a fan, and I'm not a fan of mixing and matching my food, but I did it once. It's a bloody nice. It's bloody nice. But you have to make sure the popcorn is cool. You can't put it in there when the popcorn's warm because it makes it just puts like a chocolate muddy mess.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you're looking in the light, it looks like it's not Maltesers anymore. Like it looks like you've got questionable
Someone's
brown
left you a little
substances.
treatise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dan Marsh.
Shout out to Dan Marsh.
He's not a fan. The hands get too dirty. Because you get like the salty, but then
popcorn.
it's also like melting as well.
If you do
The combo, the
well,
Oh,
yeah,
if you do the Maltesers
double
popcorn
whammy.
combo,
Yeah.
which is fair enough. But I think if you wait for him to cool, Danny boy,
Do you
You
guys
sugar up.
pour like a third or something in it?
I don't pull it. Yeah, I don't ever do the whole.
Yeah.
I've never done it myself.
Yeah, right.
Like Dad used to do it when we
Yeah.
would go to the cinemas.
Yeah, Taylor's big on it, so we now do it.
That's
I didn't like it at the start,
Yeah.
but I've grown into it. Another one to do, and now this is a little bit more. This might be good for Dan Marsh. if you use either M&Ms or pods.
Because they got the
Pods are really good to do it.
Pods would be good
Pods
actually.
are so
if they
nice.
can,
Pods are
Are
fantastic.
they pods? I think they might be getting
yeah, they're
getting done.
What?
They were getting the boot.
What?
Yeah.
That was the
So
highest
the-
pitch I've ever heard that guy go.
Ever in general, like they're going under.
That's what
Pods are going under.
Yeah.
Yeah, pods
Cancel
are
the podcast. We're not putting
Jake,
it
calm
out.
down.
Pods are going under.
We did them. This whole podcast is in tribute to pods.
Hang on, is this?
This is
Jake's
the.
not laughing.
This,
He's scared.
This is the Podscast.
That's not worth it.
Nice.
What's happening? Pods
Yeah.
are being cancelled.
Yeah, so the company, I'm not sure if it's just the New Zealand branch of the company that does it.
Did you know this?
I didn't know how to tell you. There's no easy way to break it to you.
So pods, do you still sell them at the gun? At
We
the
do at the moment, yeah. But
Yeah, they still you still
there's,
do it at
there's
Woolies.
only Mars. I don't know if you were there, but we used to have Snickers, and I think there was Twix for
Twix
like a
for a
few
while,
weeks.
yeah.
But like we've only got one flavor now, so I don't know if they're phasing it out or
This is
something.
not
but-
good news for a
Pretty
man
sure
who still
they're-
has 3 weeks of a body magic challenge left, and he knows that the pods are disappearing quick.
Yeah, pods are so good.
Well, there's
Yeah, I
no harm
forget
in
about
buying them now and saving. Actually,
Yeah.
you probably won't be able to resist those. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's a rough one.
The toughest thing to do with, and I fear this for you, Rick. I
Oh.
didn't have pods. I only had pods for the first time like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and it was because I found them in a cinema and just started eating them, and I was like,
Yeah.
these things are fucking good. And I'm worried, Rick, that either you're not going to be able to find a choc top in a cinema that's going to taste any good, and that you're going to look back on your life at the unnamed cinema at Brooklyn and go, I regret not ever having a
On my
chocolate top.
deathbed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then one day you'll be fucking doing a podcast and you'll have friends of yours sit next to you and go, yeah, they're cancelling them. They're cancelling them right now.
Chopped offs are cancelled. Yeah.
And you're going to
Ooh.
sob like I'm going to tonight.
That's
Cancel
rough.
culture.
I hope not.
Jesus.
For my sake, I hope not. But
That's
you know what?
big news.
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
that has
I
rocked
think
me.
I think there's no harm in you stocking up now. You got to bulk buy, man. I
Yeah.
think that's the way.
I might have to. If anyone has a contact at Pods,
I haven't seen this Jake this sad.
let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am cut. I am
Took a
definitely
turn.
cut.
There's
Oh
still
my
time.
God.
There's still time.
Goodness gracious me. All right, what other comments have we got? Mia Napoli
Yep.
says both popcorn with M&Ms. It's a surprise when you dip in.
That's the
in.
thing. I don't like getting
And-
both. It's weird.
The M&Ms are good fun when you do it. Crispy M&Ms in your popcorn.
Crispy M&Ms are.
Very nice.
Something else.
Do you do any sweets?
Nah.
Have you ever had an M&M in your life?
I have, but
One,
I don't know.
only one.
Yeah, yeah. Had one, wasn't for me. So. I know when to call it quits.
You got anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, boys, it's time for one of our favourite segments on the MacPack podcast. It's time for our everyday hero, Ricky. Take it away.
Yes, well, I had a few candidates come to mind.
Exciting.
Some actually one simple candidate. I'll give a shout out to Peter Hill as well because yesterday was my birthday and
Oh,
I was kind of
Happy
Oh,
birthday. Have we not? How have we not mentioned that it was Wesley Black's birthday on the Saturday prior to recording?
Oh yeah.
It was correct. So yesterday I saw a group of the old Corpus boys,
Yep.
and I actually mentioned to Peter that I was considering finally getting around to getting a Spotify account. And what he did is he
Spotify
was just like,
premium.
yes,
Yeah.
sorry, premium. Yeah. So I've always had the free account with the sole intent of when I need to share my music to my Instagram story or one of my friends to my Instagram story, I've got the app, so I can use that. But in terms of listening to music, it's just shuffling all over the place. I'm using my 6 skips just to get the one song, and then I can't
Yeah.
skip past it. So
I find
Spotify's
it
rough.
Free is atrocious to use.
It is.
It's,
Yeah.
it's on purpose though. Like
Yeah,
that,
obviously,
yeah.
yeah.
I find it so incredible that like the man who puts out his own music on the platform hasn't even invested enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, I actually like this medium of.
Well, shout out Peter as well. He gave me his Spotify. So as of yesterday, I'm a changed man. I'm 1 year mentally older. I've got Spotify. I'm a human being now. So he's not quite the everyday hero though. I also considered giving it to my mother, but. I don't know. She's just been a legend in general. I also considered giving to my friend Goon because yesterday he gifted me a very kind surprise. I pulled up to his house at night and he invited like all my music friends. They surprised me. They got a cake. They put in the cake 11 as well because I put a song called 11. And also they said because I look like I'm 11 years old, but bit harsh. But that was really cute. We sat around the campfire and all that. But Gonna give it to a bit of more of an abstract one. One that actually did come to my mind straight away, and I second guessed it too much, but you should always go with your gut. This is back from a few years ago when I was, of course, working at the unnamed cinema, and I was working on the virtual reality machine, more commonly known as VR. Which those shifts were pretty rough. Like, only when they were telling you sell this many, and I was struggling to sell one. Like, I was giving away free trials just to encourage him, but one shift I was just on, and it's so dead there. Pretty much the majority of the shift, you're just dealing with the games area behind you because the games area is atrocious. Like, there's a problem every few minutes, so I wasn't doing any VR stuff. But one lady was, I actually forget where she was from, but she was from a fair drive away. I want to say like maybe like Bunbury or Esperance or something like that. And she was down there with her grandkids for 1 week, and she came down. She was just chatting to me, and she was just saying like, "Oh, you know, you seem like a nice young man and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, appreciate that." So we started talking, and she
and now we have 3 kids. So this week's everyday hero is Ricky's wife.
My wife, yeah. But yeah, so we just talked, and she started telling me about travel and stuff and how she's really enjoyed travel. And she said, if there's one place you could travel to, where would you like to go to? And I just said, recently I've been looking into maybe traveling to Japan. I think it would be really cool, and there's this thing and this thing and this thing that I'd like to do. And I was just kind of going all over the place, and I don't know, it was just quite, we talked for a long time as well. It was like maybe like 15-20 minutes or something, which is long to talk to a customer. And her grandkids were just playing games and stuff, and she was like, "Oh, that is so cool" and stuff. And she was like talking for a while, and then she ended up saying like, "Oh, well, look, I gotta go," you know, like, which is pretty fair enough. But she had to go, but she was like, "Oh, you know, I'm sure I'll see you around. I'll probably come back over here, you know, sometime soon or whatever." And I always come to the cinemas and stuff. I was like, "Oh, sounds good." So she left, and then who pops in the next day? But this woman, and she actually came straight to me, and she was like, "I know that you told me," because she knew I was on the next day.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that is
probably an integral part.
If she has gone to Esperance and then come back on,
no, she was up for a week.
Yeah, she was for a week.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought she just went back and then came back and went, "I hope that kid's on."
Yeah. No, because I mentioned, she was like, "Oh, what are you going to do on the weekend?" I was like, "Oh, just working the exact same shift tomorrow." And so she came in and she had a chat to me, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so good. I was hoping you weren't on your break and stuff." And she gave me a book about touring Japan, and it was a thick book, like it was a novel and stuff. And so I got a little picture with the book as well, because I was just like, it was so wholesome. And she was just like, that was just like such a random but kind gesture that I've never forgot. That I've still got that Japan book, and I just thought it was so thoughtful that she came in that one day, didn't forget, came in the next day, came straight to me and gave me a gift when all I did was just talk to her and stuff. So that is my pick for everyday hero. I don't think I ever knew her name, but shout out to her. That was very much appreciated.
That is fantastic. That's one. That is one of the best everyday heroes I reckon we've had on the podcast.
Well, I don't know why I was second guessing it then.
Definitely roll with that one. That is fantastic. So it goes to a woman who's basically come in, had an interaction with you, and has taken something from it,
gone the extra mile,
and has taken enough value to go, you know what, I want to repay the favor.
I got to say as well, she said this was actually her book from when she traveled to Japan maybe 20-30 years ago or something like that. That is like, makes it even nicer that it had sentimental value to her, and she's parted ways with it. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was very, very wholesome and stuff. That definitely made my week when she told me that. She gave me that.
Have you been to Japan?
I haven't, no. Well,
doesn't need to. Now he's got the book.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures. I can get the gist of what's going on.
So that's why this week's Everyday Hero, episode 51.
Yes.
Of the MacPack Podcast, Everyday Hero. He's going to Ricky's little book friend.
Yes.
All right, boys, that one brings us to the end of episode 51 of the MacPack Podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure to sit alongside the likes of you and you, and of course, Mr. Wesley Black in the middle.
It's been a pleasure.
Boys, we've had a lot of fun. We've addressed a lot of stuff. We've gone from Corpus, we've gone to unnamed cinema complex. We've talked about Triple J. We've talked about the music industry in Perth. We've talked about fucking Simpsons. We've talked about everything. We haven't addressed...
Wow.
There isn't much we haven't addressed.
That's true. No stone left unturned.
No, exactly. You've been a fantastic guest, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
This couldn't have felt more natural. I think
that's awesome. Well, it's just like you were saying, just like old times. These are the exact chats that we used to have. Old candy bar when we Well, we didn't have anything else to do, so it does feel very genuine.
As we'd flip through your Japanese book and just go,
yeah.
That looks fun.
No need to go there. But yeah, you guys have been awesome hosts as well. Thank you so much for having me. Anytime ever that you want me to come back or
Oh
something,
mate,
I would love to,
it
so,
will
yeah.
definitely be happening 100%. And we'll be sharing all your stuff when you do finally put a bit of a time.
The next event. We gotta
Yeah,
go.
100%. Well, now we have the merch.
Yeah,
Yes.
Now we're
We have to
packing.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey?
yep.
We have to go then.
100%, 100%. And when the new single and the new stuff come out, I'm excited to see a bit more of that. As what was it,
Yes.
Scrummer said?
Yeah, that indie.
The indie vibes.
Yes. Well, if that's not enough reason to come to my show, then you got these three handsome men coming as well. So
We'll be there.
definitely pull up.
We'll be there. Over the last week or so, we had one of a young fan, probably
Yeah,
one of the
very young
youngest
fan,
fans, get in contact with us via the DMs, which is a lovely way to get in contact if you would like to chat to us about this week's episode. If you want to find out more about Mr. Wesley Black, or you want to just have a yarn with us, slide into our DMs. We had a lovely message from, what was his name? Harrison.
H.
I'll read it out. So he says, "Hi, I'm Harrison, 15. Just wanted to let you know that you guys are straight killing it.
Hell yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know that I listen and it brights up my day.
No.
I primarily will listen while doing something outside and it gives me a good laugh. Sending this from Tamworth in New South Wales,
Well,
which is near Armydale and about 4 hours from Newcastle. Keep up the bloody good work."
No.
love your work,
Lovely
H.
Yes,
message coming
H.
from-
What about
so
H
from
from New
Harrison.
South Wales? What a king.
I hope you're enjoying that New South Wales sun, H.
Yeah, are they in
Yeah.
lockdown over there?
They are in lockdown, so I hope that, we're helping that.
Yeah, so the 1 hour that he's allowed out of the house, he's listening to the
Yeah.
pod. So
Is it Armydale?
That's how it was written, yeah.
Interesting.
Because we have
Do you
a...
know someone that
affiliation
lives
to- Well, I was just thinking Armydale's in WA. What's he talking about? So
No, shout out to Harrison. If you are listening yourself, fling us a message. We love to find out where people are listening.
Oh yeah. I'll have to have a chat.
It's good fun. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure to sit next to us, alongside the two of you, and of course Mr. Wesley Black. Until we do it again this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed. Do you want to? Okay, before we do this, we do this every time we do a guest. We never
Ricky
prep
knows.
them.
Ricky
You
knows.
know the last line. You know how
maybe I don't.
My line.
do you know what he says
You
when we
know
get
my
out?
line.
What is it?
Go give your mum a hug. Surely, you say you listen.
I mean, I do. I don't
There you
usually
go.
listen to right till the end.
This is-
I listen to it and then I was here like, oh, there's 2 minutes left. Nothing's gonna happen. So.
That's what we like to hear. All right, boys. Until we sit down this time next week. Stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Hug your mum. Is that it?
for now, but not forever.